Well, after getting heat stroke pretty much in the morning, look how nice and shady it is. It's sunny out there. See, as soon as the sun goes over the house, I get shade here. So I should really do all my energetic work and that kind of stuff in the afternoons. But I wanted to get this thing going, and wow, I about filled up this bucket again. I wanted to get this going, so I didn't want to wait around. Plus, I'm going to take a nice hot shower when I get done right before dinner, and I'll know that I've done a good job today with all the work I've done. Now that I've scraped off these 3 steps here, I went ahead and look at all the edges. I ended up scraping these. These took forever to come off, and I just used my putty knife. I wasn't going to use any paint thinner because there's like 4 or 5 layers of paint on there, and once I got down to the skin of the 2x4, most of it came off pretty good. You see there? And I started trying to take this layer off, but this was the 4x12, this one and this one, that just has 1 coat or 2 coats of finished paint and 1 coat of primer underneath that, and I couldn't get that off because there wasn't like 8 or 9 layers of paint on there. But you can see this whole thing had, see all these lines here? This is the wood grain, and they kind of dipped up a little bit, so I ended up filling that up with Fix-All. And I thought, no, I don't want to leave that there. It seems as though I'm taking all the other Fix-All off. I might as well take this Fix-All off. So I used my multi-tool, and I used that. See the cutters on that thing? After a while, it's going to get dull. But I used that to get the paint off, and then I dug it in right in here to see how well it was going to go, and it feels still rough, but that's okay. Whatever I decide to put down next, I know it's going to stick on there. And so I'm going to end up having to do the rest of that step edge and the rest of that edge. But I wanted to talk about these top 2 steps. See how nice this one is now? I mean, I had put 1 coat of primer on there before I put my Fix-All on, and I've got all the Fix-All off, unlike this next step. And that's what I wanted to show you, is this step here. And I'm gonna end up, I want to take the rest of this off of there, and when the Fix-All dries, see right there, there's Fix-All on there. Get you down there. You see? And it almost looks like the same color as the primer, but that's a real bear to get the rest of that little bit off. I was like, okay, how am I going to do that? I wanted to show you what I did in order to take that off. With Fix-All, when you get it wet, then it gets to be a little bit workable. Even though it's dry, it's like hard as a rock. But once you get a little bit of it wet, let's see what happens here. And I can see exactly where the Fix-All is and where the primer is, because the yellow is the Fix-All. And I want to get the rest of that off. And I gotta get my trusty knee pad down here. Working a little slower. Boy, I've been up and down, back and forth, bending over, down on my side, and all that from scraping all this stuff off today. I'm beat, but I want to get the rest of this step taken care of. And once you get it wet, it's a lot easier to kind of scrape up this last little bit, because I want to get this off of here. And I've had some of the water on there for a while before starting this video, but I don't know if the longer you leave the water, the softer it gets. But I want to get this off, because my next product, I want it to stick right down to the wood, as well as any last little bit of primer I have on the step. I don't want any fix-all on here. I don't want this to bubble or come loose. Chances are it probably won't, because it's so tight down there now, but I'm not taking the chance. I said I wouldn't be able to scrape it off this easy if it was just dry. I know there's still some on there. Not as much now. And now I can take a wire brush like this one here. And I've also got a little small one here. This used to have an end on it, like this one. I bought that in a 3-pack, and I ended up using all of it, and this was hardly there was hardly anything left on it, and the tip of it, this was all worn off, and I thought, hey, what can I do? I know, I'll just cut it off. So I cut it off with a hacksaw. I think that's what I did. That way I can still use this. Granted, I can't get in the corners. If I needed to, I would use that one to get right down on the inside corners, but I don't need to do that, because there's no fix-all in that corner. In the very inside corner. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one here, I think. Get the last little bit of this off of here. I don't want any more fix-all on these stairs. I'm done with that, and I'm ready to move on to something else. It's turning that gray color from just the wire on the brush. This is taking a little bit of the primer up too, and I'm fine with that, because it'll make my next product kind of sticky and stick to that primer. Because I'm not going to strip the rest of the last little bit of primer I have left on here. I'm done with that. See there? Look at that. Ooh, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. That's just how fix-all works. You get it wet again, and you can do exactly that. There's no way I could have done that by having it dry. And yeah, I could have used my multi-tool for it too. It makes all kinds of dust. I'm just showing you something else you could do if you didn't have one of those multi-tool things. And besides, the multi-tool thing is not going to get down in the crevices like this wire brush does, right? want everything out of here. See some little bit left. And then I'm going to do a kind of a once over on the entire step, I think, as I go. That'll roughen up the primer. Seeing that some of the primer has come off. So I want this entire step just like that. And see, that's how I did that top step the whole way, just like that, little by little by little by little, and after a while it was all done by Joe. And so I'm going to do just a little bit more here to show you, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done, because I'm not going to stop until I get done today. I don't have to do the entire step. I can just concentrate on this bit right there, and if anything, I can put the water on further to let the other stuff soak a little bit. I noticed there's kind of a higher spot over there, but it's going to come off just like I showed you on this last step, on this last go around. Just use my putty knife to kind of get off some of the bigger stuff, you know, so I don't have to wire brush the entire thing off. That's doing pretty good. Just run it on the side with my putty knife. Get this in the back there. I'll just go to here. Okay, got my knee pad down, so I might as well use it, right? I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just about the time of which oh, share the whistle blow, rise up so early in the morning. Blah-dee, 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 blah-dee. Diana, won't you blow your horn? Diana, won't you blow? Diana, won't you blow? Diana, won't you blow your horn? Diana, won't you blow? Diana, won't you blow? Diana, won't you blow your horn? Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. I gotta walk around the tripod to use my bucket. Here. That's how I want this step to look. Nice. That's how I like it. Yes, indeed. Okay, now I'll finish up this step and show you what it looks like when I'm done. Oh, Feels good to be done for the day. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.